Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, April the 24th. It is day 10 of our life cycle of a chicken unit. We are just about halfway through. Can you believe how fast it's happening? So what we've done every day is we have looked at a slide like this that has vocabulary words for the students to use in their writing. It also has a diagram of what the embryo looks like on the inside, has some illustrations that go with the vocabulary words. So this was day 1. We are going to flip through these slides rather quickly to see what the embryo looks like has changed day by day. This is day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, 7, 8. This was yesterday at 9. The mouth opening began to appear. And then today, on day 10, we have the beak beginning to harden. Now, as you look inside, when we candle the eggs, sometimes you can even see the beak right inside. You can see it opening up. You can see the mouth opening up just like this. Now, we're going to watch a little video in just a minute that's going to show you the progression of a chicken from the inside. A scientist was able to take off the top part of the egg and to keep it protected, and so that we could get an aerial view of what the baby chick looks like as it grows throughout the process. So we're going to watch that in just a minute. Our vocabulary word for today is hatching. This is what a baby chick looks like when he first hatches. Remember, that process takes about a full day. It's exhausting for them. Hatching means a chick that's starting to break out of its shell. And remember how we talked about they make a tiny little pip, right? And that breaks the shell. First they break the membrane, then they breathe all the oxygen that's in the air sac, and then they make this little pip, and they start pipping along in a straight line. That's why we call it pipping and zipping. It's almost like unzipping the egg, and it breaks almost in half, doesn't it? But this process is so important to develop all of their muscles. You cannot reach up and take the shell off the rest of the shell and help the chicken get out. If you do that, the chick will die. It's almost like helping a butterfly get out of a chrysalis. If you've ever seen a chrysalis before and you want to help so bad, you want to reach up there and just help them get out. But if you do, they don't develop the muscles that they need to survive. So it's the same thing with the embryo. All right, let's go and watch that little quick video. See if I can get it to play for you guys. All right, so see what I mean? They've put plastic over the top of the cup, and they're going through the day's progression of a 21-day cycle. So this is day 5. You can tell the size of the embryo in comparison to the rest of the yolk. And remember how we talked about that near the end of this process, the embryo actually soaks up the rest of this yolk into its body to have the nourishment that it needs to not be able to, it doesn't have to eat or drink for the first 2 days after it hatches. So see the embryo starting to move. You can start to see feathers, and you can start to see feet and a beak and wings and all of that as it continues to grow. Let's see where we are now. This is day 10. This is today. See the size? See the movement? And the beak is what's beginning to grow today. Day 11. It's tomorrow. Day 12, you can really see those 2 black eyes we've been looking for? That's the thing that shows up the most, isn't it, when you're candling? Day 12. Day 13. See all those red blood vessels coming around and carrying all the nutrients that the embryo needs throughout this process. This is 2 weeks in, 14 days. It's a 3-week process. Wow, look at him moving all around. 15, getting bigger, taking up more of that space, isn't he? On day 17 and 18, we stop turning the eggs. So what we'll do is we'll take those yellow trays out that are turning the eggs back and forth every hour, and we'll lay the eggs down on the bottom of the incubator so that they're ready to hatch. And then we'll turn the humidity level, we'll add more water into the air, we'll take it from 50 to 55 up to 75% humidity. Remember, all of this is to mimic what the mama hen is doing, right? So the mama hen gets really hot and sticky and sweaty right near the end of this process. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so we're going to stop that, and we're going to come over this morning and see if we can. I've got all the lights turned off in the room, so I'm going to see if we can't get a good picture of one of these eggs for me. So I'm going to put the camera down for just a second so I can move a few things around. Get us out one or two that we can try to look through this morning. And we'll take a look. Remember, this is day 10. So especially by day 14, if we have any eggs that we're concerned about, like remember we've been looking for that red blood ring, which means that for whatever reason the embryo has died inside. I'm going to turn the light off on the TV too, I'm sorry, so that we can see really good. Yeah, now it's dark, dark, dark. Okay, so let's see what we can see inside here. What we want to see is that dark spot of the embryo, and we want to see him moving around. See that? Awesome. And I'm going to turn it all the way around so you can see what's on every side. So this is the light side. The dark side begins to get bigger and bigger as the embryo grows. This is the embryo itself right here where that black dot is. All right, and let's try one more. That was a light brown colored egg. Let's try this light green egg. This came from an Americana, the breed Americana chicken. Look at that beautiful air sac down at the bottom. It's so cool that they have everything that they need to survive inside the egg, isn't it? We see lots and lots of blood vessels on this one. Trying to make sure that it's clear for you guys on the camera as well. We have the embryo in there. But by day 14, we want to make sure that we have taken out any eggs that have stopped growing. That's very important. We don't want to keep an egg in there that has an embryo that has stopped growing. That would be the same thing I've talked with you about as far as having that egg explode. Oh, that was not fun. Okay, so here's our little embryo. Let's see if we can get him to where we can just watch him for a second. Awesome. All right, so that's today. Today is day 10. We have 11 days left. We're halfway through the cycle. How exciting!